Today we continue with our class Shabbos Kitchen, and today's class number 23. And we start with Sefer Chaim. And our big topic is Halachos. And today's topic, secrets. The most severe of Halachos involves statements that reveal information from one which one was told in confidence. Sharing confidential information to save someone from harm will be discussed later. Divulging secrets breach a lack of self-control in speech-related matters, which leads to actually Halachos. Right? A person cannot control his speech. Right? That's has been a big problem. So, of course, reveals the secrets. When publicizing a secret could provide damaging, doing so would constitute speaking avak lashon hara. Both avak lashon hara, avak rechilus, and actual lashon hara. Even when no damage was foreseen, the mere involvement of the mere violation of confidentiality renders one as gossip monger. So somebody told you the secret, no person went and told everybody. Okay, so he's a gossip monger. Okay, so let's see 1 second. Okay, so continue. So our topic, we continue same chapter, which did not finish, and the topic was opening packages. And we're going through the practical application. So next one is H. It says plastic pull tab seals. Many juice containers, so like the one with a ring, right? That you have to pull. Many juice containers are protected with a plastic seal under the cap. One may not pull the seal to create an opening in a container. But as we said, there is one separate prohibition of making open. Instead, one should first pierce the hole in a bottom or a side of the container with a knife, thereby destroying the container. He may then pull the seal and pour through the spout. Another option is to cut the top of the container, also with a knife. One may also to ask non-Jew to open. Okay, so let's try to understand. So you have this kind of container. I think the most popular, I guess, this was it. The orange juice, right? So you have carton of the orange juice, and you have cup. It's one issue, but let's say they opened cup before they broke the ring, the cup from the ring before Shabbos, no problem. But they did not pull this thingy open, right? This seal open. That's an issue. So you cannot pull it. You cannot create an opening, for sure not. So they say if you three solutions they offer. First is a puncture with a knife, with a scissor, some on the bottom, right? But the bottom, I would say maybe the bottom is not a good idea because it's the strongest, right? I would say it's better maybe on a side. Make a hole on a side, and you can pour from that side, or you can hold it with a finger and open the ring wherever you want. But as you understand, it could be messy. If you don't know what you're doing, it could be very, very messy. Okay, so the idea is to destroy container. So the second idea option is to cut off the top of the container. To cut off the top of the container. So I'm not sure if you know for sure that it's not full, not complete, so you can cut the top of the container with a knife. Of course, you have to avoid the cutting words, and the third option is to ask non-Jew. Okay, so three options to open such a container. Next one, cardboard containers containing liquid. Some authorities rule that it is forbidden to open a container, such a non-dairy creamer or frozen whip container. That is where the ends of the container are glued together and are opened by pulling them apart. When the essential container was not opened before Shabbos, one may make a hole in a container and cut off the top of the container by using the knife. One may ask a non-Jew to open the container. So now we're talking about the different one that that should be open, like olden days. I think milk containers were like this, so you have to like pull apart. So of course it's not allowed because of the few reasons. So one of them you're making a spout, another one you're making an opening, and then you tear whatever, even in destructive fashion. So many issues. So they say make a hole on the bottom, or in the side, and pour out the contents of this container. So it does not pay to forget to open containers before Shabbos. Okay, continue. So next one, J, peel off seal covers. Peel off seal covers. Seals or covers on top of the yogurt, Leib, individual applesauce containers, coffee jars, medicine bottles, and croutons containers may be removed in their normal manner. Meaning this plastic seal, the like a thin membrane, I would say like cut like with a knife, like around to destroy completely and throughout. Okay. However, one may not insert the straw directly into the cover of the Leib or applesauce container in order to suck out the contents. See below regarding the ketchup bottles, very interesting, and other bottles with the foil seals and flip top caps. Okay, so before we go, I mean, we're going to go there later. But now, now we're talking like thin plastic membrane seals, so you can take them off, no problem. But you cannot puncture, make a hole and put a straw. That's not what we do. Okay, so continue. Next one is the ketchup bottles, spice containers, and other similar containers. Many ketchup bottles, mustard bottles, spice containers, some salad dressing bottles, and some honey bottles come with a flip-flop snap top cap. Okay, flip-flop. Okay. There is their contents and dispensed through the hole in the cup. So it's a one cup. And then the second one is closed, and in the bottom cup it's like small opening, right? That's the thing. So like ketchup is a thing. It's a good example. These bottles also come with a foil seal under the cup. Opening the foil seal on Shabbos possesses an issue. Okay. So with a plastic there is no problem. With the foil seal, an issue. What is an issue? When the seal is punctured, the cap that was removed in order to puncture the seal is now screwed back on permanently. Afterwards, the contents of the bottle is dispensed through the hole, so there is no need to unscrew the cap. Since one usually leaves the cap of the bottle and rarely unscrew it, screwing it back on Shabbos is forbidden due to the Melacha of Baneh building. Wow. Okay, so let's finish reading. No, let's not finish this. So let's try to understand. So we have a ketchup bottle, right? And it has a flip-flop cap, right? So I think in those there is no ring. So you can unscrew, but under this cap, right? There is this aluminum foil, right? Aluminum, not foil, whatever, the aluminum seal, right? So if we remove that, okay, maybe there is no problem, but it would be a problem to screw back this cup, this flip-flop cup. Why is that? Because now you're building a utensil. So I think there are two issues. First of all, it's bonnet building. I think it's also Maki Bipatish, as we learn now, striking the last blow. So before it was incomplete utensil, but now you did whatever you did. What you did, you remove the seal. Now you put the cup back, and that's the problem. So why? Because it is permanent. Usually people never remove this cup. They throw out once your ketchup is gone. So you just throw out the bottom. So it's forever. Very interesting. So with other things, it's not forever. Let's say, right? What would be example? If you pull off this seal from yogurt. Let's say you have not like a small yogurt, like a bigger one. Like, I don't know, like 1 pound or 2 pounds yogurt, whatever it is, right? 32 ounce, yeah, it's 2 pounds, big one, like family size. So you're not going to finish it in one sitting for sure. So you're going to put cup back, right? Not cup, the top you're going to put back, and then you're going to remove. Well, maybe even tomorrow, maybe even tonight. Whatever. For sure, it's not permanent. But with the ketchup, this flip-flop cup, for sure it's permanent. Okay. So of course we're going to find solution. So solution. There are 2 possible solutions. Either leave the cup off until after Shabbos, or puncture the aluminum foil in a cup is still on the bottom. So let's try to understand two solutions. So if you want to remove this aluminum foil, they say, okay, you can remove, but don't close, don't screw on the cup back until after Shabbos. Okay, no problem. One solution. I think it's more like easier to do. And second one, puncture the aluminum, this aluminum, while the cup is on the bottom. I don't know, with something like thin, maybe small knife, or I don't know, this one. Fork, I'm not sure. It's going to be something thin. Okay. But meaning without unscrewing the cup. Okay, 2 solutions. So as we said before, it's very, very, very recommended to plan your day, your meals, and open all these things before Shabbos. Okay. Next one, L, boxed drinks. Okay, that's what the kids like, boxed drink. Some poskim prohibit pushing a straw through the hole in a boxed drink on Shabbos. This is because the hole is not completed at any point of the manufacturing process. Instead, it begins as just a sheet of cardboard. At that point, the hole is made in the cardboard. After which the hole is sealed with a piece of foil. At the time the hole is formed in the cardboard, it is not functional as an opening to provide access to the drink. We therefore cannot consider its complete hole that serves as an opening. Rather, the hole is completed from the first time when the straw is pushed into the box and thus forms the opening. Okay, so like a lot of explanation, technical language. So what is it in Omer? It's very interesting. So the author explained how these box drinks work, right? The box drink, like this individual juice or punch or whatever is it, right? And there is on top, there is like a little spot, and it has aluminum foil. So you take this straw, push it through, and you can drink, right? So everybody knows that. So the problem with this, it's very interesting problem. So when they made this cardboard, the cardboard is first flat, as we understand, right? It's flat. So they make they puncture a hole, but it's still cardboard, and then they put aluminum foil, and then they make a box, right? They make a box and put juice into it. So when it was made in a complete container, there was no hole. This container had no hole. Because they covered the hole with aluminum foil before that. So now when we push this straw through this aluminum foil, so we create a new container. We create a new opening in the container that was not there before. Very interesting. Okay, so that's why it is not allowed. Therefore, according to this paskin, it is forbidden to open boxed drink on Shabbos in the usual manner. However, if the drink is for a child up to bar mitzvah, one may rely on a lenient opinion and allow him to open it on his own according to usual manner. Okay, so since there are some opinions, they say there is no problem. I'm not sure what their rationale, but doesn't matter. So we should not do it, but let child do it. Okay, let him do it, right? Because he's under bar mitzvah. Okay, so on one hand, let him do it, but on the other hand, it's not a good idea to train your children to be Michal Shabbos while they're still young, especially if they understand. So one of the examples, some people use the small children to turn on the light or turn off the light. So when the child does not know that it's Shabbos and that he's doing or she's doing something forbidden, in extenuating circumstances, it's fine. But when, let's say, this child is 9 years old and technically he's allowed, she's allowed, but now they all of the siblings and other people would look at the child as something wrong with them. I'm saying, even though they're allowed, but it's like maybe they're not Shomer Shabbos. Okay. So, any questions of what we said? Okay, then continue. M. Bags of chips and other snacks. Number one, lightly sealed. Some poskim rule that when a bag, for example, potato chip cookies, can be opened easily, one is permitted to open it in a normal manner on Shabbos. One reason is that since the package can be opened easily, the bonding that holds two sides together is too weak to qualify as a proper seal and cannot be subject to the prohibition of tearing or making an opening. Okay, so let's see commentary. Note, some authorities rule that one should open this type of the bag by pulling one side with his teeth. Okay. So what is the problem with opening these bags, potato chips bag, cookies bags, and others? Right. The problem is that one of the issues. Of course, one of the issues is you create an opening. Another one is tearing, and another one is tearing. Tearing meaning what? That Melacha, one of the Melacha that we learned, it was sewing, and under that Melacha, like one of the taladas, like the talada is branch out of this. Melacha was is even gluing, so we're not allowed to sew with a needle in a thread, and you're not allowed to glue things together. So of course, whatever we're not allowed to do with positive, we're not allowed to do negatively. So we're not allowed to undo the stitching, and we're not allowed to do to undo the whatever was glued before. Okay, that's the issue. Okay. So, but some poskim say that since it is only lightly sealed, it was not permanent. That's not what they meant. But I say we're going to read. But I say that the most straightforward way: just take the scissors and just cut it in destructive fashion. It would be much safer and would be according to all of the opinions. Then do with your teeth. So you put it in your mouth and pull it with your hands. Okay. Care must be taken not to tear any letterings or meaningful designs, of course. I guess when you do it with your teeth. Okay. So it was lightly sealed. So usually, I think the chips are like since that they try to make sure that there's a vacuum inside. So it's not lightly sealed. It's actually very good sealed, I think. Continue. Tightly sealed. If a bag is sealed tightly and requires some strength to open it, one should not open in a normal manner. Rather, he should cut below the sealed area or at the side of the bag, care must be taken not to tear any lettering or meaningful designs. So as we said, just take scissors and cut under the seal or just on a side. Doesn't matter. Make sure that you throw out this packaging right away. Continue. Next one, wafer bars. The foil packaging of the wafer bar that is lightly sealed has the same ruling as lightly sealed bags. Okay, meaning you can cut with the scissors, but you can also try to undo it. As they say, some recommend with the teeth from one side. Okay, no problem. Continue. Ice cream and ice pops. Individually wrapped ice cream pops or ices may be opened in a normal manner if they are lightly sealed. Okay. I think they always lightly sealed, I think. Okay. So they say in a normal manner. But always, if you're not sure, just cut it with scissors, and that's it. Like under the sealed line, and should be no problem. Continue. Freeze pops. Freeze pops should be opened by biting off the top. Care must be taken not to tear any lettering or meaningful designs. It may be necessary to cut it on the side to avoid tearing letters. So I mean, so you have to see according to circumstances. Break apart. Q meaning the next one. Sorry. Break apart ices. Some poskim rule that ices that are stuck, the ices that crack into and thereby create two separate halves should not be broken apart on Shabbos. One may ask non-Jew to break them apart, to break them open. Just 1 second. Some poskim rule that ices that crack into and thereby create two separate halves should not be broken apart on Shabbos. One may ask a non-Jew to break them apart. Okay, you need to. Okay, continue. Next one. Plastic containers, packaging joined together. Plastic containers / packaging joined together. Okay, so let's see. Often products such as yogurts, string cheese, cheese sticks, and ice pops are packaged that's very interesting, right? So they attach like 5 in a time, in one row and then another row. Very interesting. So are you allowed? Of course you're not, right? To cut because you cut on the perforations, right? That's the issue. Very interesting. Such as yogurts, string cheese, cheese sticks, and ice pops are packaged with 2 or more units attached to one another. I never seen the yogurts attached, but okay. Okay. According to some authorities, one may separate them. However, the best separate them with a shinoi, deviation, modification. For example, place one ice pops in one's mouth and pull it. So a minute, stick it in your mouth and pull the rest. Okay. But I think maybe it's not so convenient, but let's say this string cheese. So you can cut open one and just take it out and let the wrapping remain attached. I don't see any issue with that. So next one, small packets of sugar, sweetener, salt, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, and soy sauce. Okay, so it's like individual packaging. It is permitted to open one-time use packets of sugar, sweetener, salt, pepper, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, soy sauce, and other such condiment or spice packets, even on a perforated line. Very interesting. Care must be taken not to tear the letters or meaningful designs. Okay. I think in some ketchup it says on the corner it says open. It says like this dotted line. It says open. So make sure you don't cut it. Okay. So next one. So basically all of the sugars, sweeteners, ketchup, all of these things, mustard, there is no problem. But I mean, there is no problem. That only you have to be careful not to tear the letters. That's the biggest issue, as we spoke before. Next one, cardboard boxes. Boxes without perforated top. Many authorities rule that one is permitted to open box without a perforated top in a normal manner. This would include cereal box, which after being opened the first time has two flaps, one of which goes into the other, one to close the box. Okay. If there is a bag inside the box, I think it's always back inside. Okay, that is tightly sealed. It would have been it would have to be opened by ripping or cutting it below the seal line or the side of the bag. So I mean these bags are glued very tight. The cereal bag. So if you take the scissors, cut under the seal line, cut under like on the side, and that's it. So common term. Some authorities rule that one should open this type of box with deviation with one's pinky. Okay. I mean that's the problem with this box is that it's glued like very good. Like even though they did not glue it permanently, but they glued very tightly. So make sure. So the other thing, sometimes there is a writing like under the top. Okay, so gotta be very careful. Next one, number 2, boxes with perforated top. So meaning that you have to like pull. Many boxes, for example, snack crackers, square matzah, are designed with a perforated top, which when pulled tears the neat opening in a box. It is forbidden to open the packaging by pulling the top. Rather, one should cut this slit in a box or cut the entire top of the top off. For the bags inside, see above. Okay. So what does it mean? So now, like I think matzah will be the best example, right? You have this pulling top, you pull it, and that's it. Right, that's how you open. So they say you cannot pull this thing, right? So you have to cut the top, I guess, with a knife, with the scissors, with whatever you want, or on the side something can just destroy the packaging, right? But not without pulling this top. Okay. And the bags also, the problem with the bags, so it's the same. You have to destroy the bag. Okay, next one. Packages or plastic cups. Packages of plastic cups, okay. Plates, bowls, cutlery, and other paper goods. So, I mean, they're like sleeves, right? So, with plastic cups, okay. Opening packages of plastic cups, plates, bowls, napkins, and other paper goods would follow the same rules as opening food bags. There is no difference, right? Okay. See above where we differentiate between the bags that are easily opened and the ones that open with some difficulty. So as we said, if it's easily opened, we treat more leniently, but if it's not, we take a stringent approach, and we do not allow unless you destroy it. Right? Destroy meaning if you cut like under. Okay. Next one, a tissue box and tablecloth boxes. With perforated opening. Okay, so the tablecloth boxes, meaning this disposable tablecloth. So they come in a box, I don't know, maybe 20, how many, I'm not sure how many, 15, 20. And, but you have to open, like the tier, like same, very close as, by design as a matzah box. It has like round design, like half a circle. So you pull it open and you can get your tablecloth. Of course, there is a problem. The box with perforated opening, there is a tissue, like say same as tissue, yeah, exactly same as tissue box. Plastic tablecloth may not be opened in a normal manner. There is by tearing off the perforated portion of the carton. Instead, one should cut the side of the box or the top of the box, right? So take with scissor or take a knife and cut on the side or on the top, whatever you want to open. I guess if you cut even on three sides, it should be sufficient to open to get your tissues. If one remove the remove the cardboard piece from the Kleenex tissue before Shabbos, but neglected to tear the plastic under the cardboard piece on a perforated line, he should rip off the entire plastic. Very interesting. So I mean, we don't use this Kleenex, but it's I know exactly what you're talking about. So we have this Kleenex box of tissue, face tissue, and they have this this cardboard, right, perforated, like closing the box. So even they tear, it's open, but under this cardboard it's usually like a plastic thing, and it's like from two halves, but they still together. So of course you have to just it's easy to separate them, but still you have to separate them, and that's the issue, right? Because you with this separation you create an opening to get to your napkins. That's not allowed. So they say, of course, in this case, no problem, take a knife and cut this plastic piece completely. Okay. So one more time, it's not a good idea not to open those. Okay. W, next one. Plastic bags, garbage bags that are attached. Wow. It's very interesting. So sometimes I know exactly what we're talking about. So sometimes these bags are sold as in a roll, right? And this end of one attached to the beginning of the other. That's a big issue, right? So you need a garbage bag, or whenever you just need next bag. Maybe not even garbage, maybe food storage bag, right? Maybe. So that's a problem to rip on the perforated lines. Let's see. Why? Because they attached it one another. It's like you creating separate containers. For sure, it's marking bepatish. You creating a vessel. There was no bag before. It was this roll, and now by tearing this one bag off, so you creating a vessel. Bags that are manufactured as a roll, exactly, where the bags are attached to one another, may not be separated on Shabbos. Not a good idea. Okay. When number 2, when the bag is attached to itself. Bag is attached to itself. I'm not sure I've ever seen it, but let's see. Bags that were never separated during the manufacturing process are therefore attached to themselves. Could pose a problem if open on Shabbos. Therefore, one should make sure to buy the brands or styles of bags that are totally detached. I have never seen the bags that are attached to itself, like beginning to the end. I mean, maybe they didn't do it on purpose, but still, it's known fact. Okay. So, I mean, before buying the bags, you have to see what bags to buy, basically. Alternatively, before Shabbos, he should completely open the bags he plans on using on Shabbos. Right? Like same, I would say same like we do with paper towels. prepare like some extra, but prepare 10, 20 extra, whatever. We're going to use next week. No problem. So prepare extra so you can have things. Okay, so these bags is a problem. So they say find a good brand. Not good brand, different brand. Okay, next one, cans. Cans, for example, containing tuna, sardines, vegetables, fruits, tomato sauce that are opened by the use of the can opener or come with a pull top lid should first be pierced on the base of the can, thereby destroying the can. The can may be then opened in a non-normal manner. So that's HaShem, that's very strict opinion. And just so you know, he has a commentary, I don't know, like almost 2 pages commentaries explaining why he said so. So let me read one more time and we're going to explain. Cans, for example, containing tuna, sardines, vegetables, fruits, tomatoes, sauce that are opened by the use of the can opener, or come with a pull top, like sometimes tuna comes, should not be pierced. Should be first pierced at its base of a can, thereby destroying the can. If can may the can may then be opened in normal manner. So basically, I think it's a dangerous thing to pierce. You have to like have something very. For sure, you cannot do it with a knife unless you have like a special knife. So they say pierce the bottom, meaning destroy container. Then you can open in the normal manner. Okay, so don't try it at home, I would say. Next one, I don't think that everybody agrees, or not everybody agrees to what we say, but we don't listen to them. But it's very strict opinion, Baruch HaShem. So whatever you need to open before Shabbos. Okay. Next one, why lollipop? Lollipops. It is permitted to remove the lollipop wrapper in a usual manner. Care must be taken to avoid thin letters or meaningful designs. Okay, no problem. Next one. Tight food wraps. It is permitted to slice food. There is slice food that is tightly wrapped. For example, kishka, salami. While the wrapper is still on the item. Care must be taken not to cut words or pictures on a wrap. Very interesting. So you have the salami, the complete one. So you want to cut while this the plastic attached. Very interesting. I'm not sure why would you want to cut while plastic attached. I don't know. Okay, but they say just be careful. Kishke, I understand. So if you remove the plastic, it can fall apart. But if you cut it with while it is on there, while it is there, so it's not going to fall apart. So I understand why would you want it. Okay, but salami, not sure why. Okay, because then everybody would have to like peel this individually from every individual piece. Okay, next one. Any questions on what we said before I continue? Okay. Chocolate bars. It is permitted to break a square of chocolate of chocolate off a bar while it is wrapped in while the foil wrapper is still on. Okay, very interesting. But sometimes I think that sometimes there are writings on this foil, I think. Okay, so you have to check first. Next one, knotted bags. Knotted bags. Okay. Oh, knotted bags. Okay. So you have some food. Let's say you have bread, right? And you put it in a bag, and you put it like single knot, right? Single knot like around itself, right? So it's permanent knot. So as we said before, you have to cut this knot completely. Okay. You cannot untie it. So next one, netted bags. Netted bags, okay. There are two types of netted bags commonly used for food. Such as onions, garlic, oranges, and chocolate coins. Okay, this netted bags. Okay, so let's say they want to make salad, they need to get this onion out. Okay, some actually woven from synthetic strands, while others are merely formed by machine to have a woven look, but are not actually woven. They, in either case, one should tear the bag open without creating a neat opening. Okay, I would say just take scissors and without creating neat opening. Okay, no problem. So next one, Ziploc packaging. Shouldn't be any issues. Ziploc packaging. Some packaging of food, for example, frozen vegetables, pretzel crisps, crisps, nuts, are manufactured in a way that after tearing off the top, here we go, you have to tear the top of the package, it can be resealed with a Ziploc mechanism. One is not permitted to open the seal in this manner on Shabbos. Instead, he should cut the opening below the Ziploc area or along the side of the bag to remove the contents. So you have this reseal, they call it resealable bags, right? So you have this Ziploc, and on top, like, I don't know, maybe like ½ inch, maybe a little less, you have this perforation, right? And usually you tear off this piece on top. Now you have Ziploc and you can do whatever you want. So of course we cannot tear it, as we said before. So what they say, you can cut under this perforation or under the Ziploc itself. That's it. And you can get to your food, no problem. So next one is salt containers. One may remove the paper seal that covers the metal spout of the container of salt. Care must be taken not to tear the letters. I think there are letters all over it. So you have this this round salt container, and it has like metal thing to pour the spout, and it has the seal. But I think there is always writings on the seal. I think. Okay, but so technically, what he's saying that you have to cut around these writings. That's it. I mean, it's possible. Okay. Next one: plastic containers with plastic tops. Plastic containers with plastic tops. Let's see what does it mean. Many plastic containers, for example, herring, salad dips, are sealed with a plastic lid around the container. Okay. In order to remove the lid, one must break off the plastic top. Okay. From the lid. One should not break off the top, but rather remove the lid by prying it open with a spoon or a knife. So there is like a container with any food, and it has like this top. So you break it off, and then it's easier to, like, I guess with this top it's very tight, and when you break it off, it's not as tight, so you can open the lid easily, right? So they say don't break it. Try to take it with, and it's not a big deal. Just this one, I guess, is the easiest. Do it with the back of the spoon, I guess, with a knife, with a fork. Okay, no problem. So next one, bags, cartons that are sealed with a strip of tape. The bags or a carton, for example, bakery box, that is sealed with adhesive tape, may be opened in normal manner. That is by cutting the tape with a knife. That's it. That's normal manner. Okay. So sometimes when you buy, like they have these pieces of tape on the sides, so you cut them through. And last one, crushing aluminum pans. Some poskim rule that one may crush aluminum pans in order to make room for them in a garbage can. Okay. Crush aluminum pans. So what would be the problem? The problem would be like you destroying. On one hand, on the other hand, today we have recycling. If you do, so then you have to recycle, and then you have to put it in different can. Okay. So we finish the chapter. Any questions on what we said? Put in containers.
Yes, Rav.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Couple of questions. Going back to the ice cubes. We have since we don't use the ice machine to the fridge, we have those plastic trays that you fill up with water.
Yes.
So would it be best to break them before Shabbos?
I mean, I would say don't overfill. Don't overfill, so they would not connect it. But even if they do, there is no problem. Okay.
Another thing you said about cutting like the Ziploc bag on the freezer and the potato chips. We have to do that with a knife, or we can use scissors.
A scissor, I would say scissors is the safest way. So, but the
Scissors?
best way to do everything before Shabbos, before the candle lighting, you open right. So what we do in our family, like we put everything on the countertop, whatever people want to eat, they put on the countertop, and we say that's it. If it's not on the countertop before we light the candles, you out. You agree? Everybody say agree. So that's it.
Okay.
So, all right. And next time kids would remember. You understand?
Yeah,
so if he wants this, she wants that, no problem. Okay, next time. Okay, save it for the next time. And that's how you train people. So don't. I mean, like think about it. Like take a can of tuna and make a puncture the hole from the bottom, or even take a can of soda and puncture on the side. Okay, I understand it's a thin wall, but the knife, God forbid, can slip and the cut through the hand. What?
Right. Yeah. One more question. My wife likes to buy colored roses for Shabbos to have as a centerpiece, and sometimes she'll mix them with other flowers. Like this past week, she got some blue flowers, blue roses with white roses, and when she put them in the vase, she gets them before Shabbos, like a Wednesday or Thursday, I believe. And by the time Shabbos comes and the water is turning a different color, are we responsible for it turning that color or dying? Like, would that be considered dying or?
No. Dyeing is something that you do explicitly, but whatever it's done by itself, there is no problem whatsoever. But let me ask you a question. I have questions. So why she's buying and not you buying the flowers? It's usually men's responsibility. On Friday, not on Wednesday, not on Thursday, on Friday, to buy your wife a bouquet of flowers, to have appreciation for all of the hard work that women do.
Yeah.
And then second thing, I mean, when you do it on Wednesday or Thursday, it's not so obvious that you're doing it in order of Shabbos. Even though it is Wednesday, from Tuesday afternoon, not from Tuesday night, so it's already Wednesday, you can wish somebody a good Shabbos. There is no problem. So all of it from Wednesday until Friday, so it actually belongs to the common Shabbos. all of these days.
Okay.
So there is no problem. But I think it's too far in advance. So I think it's better. I mean, unless you have special circumstances. So it's better to have the freshest on Shabbos to enjoy it, not the one, as you said, when the water starts changing colors. And sometimes, I tell you what, it starts smelling. I mean, the flower guide that I'm using, so they always say, put some bleach. I don't remember, I mean, they don't put bleach, but he said put bleach because otherwise it's going to start smelling. Some flowers, I don't remember what else.
Okay.
What else? Okay, go ahead. What else?
I think that was it.
Okay. No problem. Any other questions from somebody else? Other people? Okay, so let's see if we can. Okay, so let's at least start a next topic, right? So that chapter 22, and the topic washing and drying dishes. Number 1, introduction. This chapter will discuss the various halachas pertaining to the washing and drying dishes. Although some of these points have been discussed elsewhere in the Sefer, they are mentioned here to provide complete guide for this subject. Okay, so meaning washing and drying dishes. So part 2, which dishes may be washed, may not be washed. Which dishes may not be washed? Dishes that will not be needed for Shabbos may not be washed on Shabbos. By washing them, one is preparing the dishes for the post-Shabbos use, which is forbidden due to the prohibition of Chachana. Preparing for a weekday. See chapter 31. Okay, we're going to get to it. Therefore, after the Shabbos meal, one may not wash any dishes unless they will be used again for Shabbos. Even a set of dishes served solely for Shabbos, Shabbos use may not be washed if the dishes are no longer needed for that day, because one may not prepare for Shabbos for a following Shabbos. Okay, so let's try to understand what it says here. So little review. So we have one of the prohibitions. So our sages actually wanted us to enjoy Shabbos more than we wanted to enjoy Shabbos sometimes, right? So since there is one obligation to enjoy, right? So we cannot prepare for a weekday, right? Whatever we need for today, let's say today is Friday night, whatever I need for tomorrow, there is no problem. I can wash even extra, there is no problem. But whatever I'm not going to, but let's say today is Shabbos morning, and let's say I'm going to eat the meal in the shul. Let's say I don't, but let's say I would. So that there is no point for me to start washing dishes. What for? So that's for sure. It's preparation for a weekday. So in order to save time for Motzei Shabbos, that's absolutely not allowed. And it's not only about this. It's actually concern all other things like whatever people do for preparation for the next week, for after Shabbos. It's not allowed. Okay. So and then they say even if it's separate dishes, so it's not like weekday. So it's proper for a person to have separate dishes on Shabbos, whatever a person can afford, the best he or she can afford. So don't use paper plates. I mean, unless you have a big family and the wife is pregnant and it's you don't have a dishwasher and I don't know, it's too much, and so yeah, you can use a paper plates, but otherwise you have to use the normal plates, right? Or just of course somebody else can wash this, not a woman. I mean, to dump everything on a poor woman or a poor wife. I mean, she's taking care of the kids and now she has to wash over this mountain of dishes. It's also not correct. So that's proper for a man to step in, wash some dishes. Okay. So part number 3, which dishes may be washed? A, for Shabbos use. It is permissible to wash plates, cups, bowls, silverware, and certain pieces that will be needed for that Shabbos. Moreover, one does not have to limit himself to wash the exact number of dishes needed. but it's permitted to wash any dish suitable for the intended need. For example, if one needs only one fork for the upcoming meal, he may wash all dory forks of that type, since each one is suitable for usage. However, this is permitted only if it is not a big bother to wash them all. Okay, so it's very interesting insight. So they say, so if it's Friday night, so I think the best example would be Friday night. So for sure, let's say you have a limited amount of dishes, and I think it would make sense on when we have 3 days, right? Three days. We have 2 days holiday and one Shabbos. That's too much, right? Of course, you ran out of everything. Like some people by the second day, some people by the third day, right? So in this case, of course, you have no choice. You are allowed to wash, and they say you're not limited to wash for one fork. When you need one fork, you can wash all of the forks. But the thing is, I have to remind ourselves that we cannot use hot water, even warm water, unless it was warm before Shabbos, and you cannot use sponge. So technically, this washing with a cold water or is a warm water in a dish pan, like it's a nightmare. You understand? So just wash as much as you need, and without sponge, without like anything that a squeezable thing. Okay, so it's not easy task. Let's put it this way. Continue. If one has other dishes, right? Okay, one has a large set of dishes and uses only a few pieces on Friday night, it's permitted to wash those pieces and reuse them in the morning, even though others are available. This does not violate the prohibition of hachana. I mean, hachana, as you said, it's preparation. Right? This is because as long as those same dishes are used, washing merely prepares them for Shabbos morning use. So I think it, in my mind, I mean, even technically it is allowed, but I still don't understand why a person would do that. I mean, just you have one day off, so just enjoy it. Go read a Sefer. I mean, spend time with your family. Why would you want to wash dishes if you have enough dishes for tomorrow? So it does not make sense. Why would somebody do that? Okay. Nevertheless, some authorities state that it is preferable not to do so. Of course, ultimately, one is exerting himself by washing dishes on Shabbos only to spare himself efforts on Motzei Shabbos. That's, I mean, even though nobody says it out loud, but we understand that's an agenda, right? To save some time on Motzei Shabbos. Therefore, one who has extra dishes should preferably use those for the next Shabbos meal, rather than wash and reuse dirty ones. One who is stringent in this matter is praiseworthy. So for people who live in the US, I mean, it's just a shame not to buy dishes. I mean, if you go like, I don't know, Macy's, you buy decent dishes like very cheap on sale. You go to Amazon, like cheap, so cheap. I mean, I don't know how somebody would have an excuse not to buy it. A few dollars a plate. And same with silverware. I mean, don't buy fancy schmancy. You don't have money. Don't buy fancy schmancy. But on the other hand, whatever, as Rabbi Reuben Shlita always say, whatever you spend on Shabbos, it's extra. It's not calculated in whatever you were destined to receive on Rosh Hashanah. So go splurge. HaShem is paying, right? So just say it's Lakovet Shabbos, and that's it. Okay, next one, exceptions. In certain instances, one may wash the dirty dishes that are not needed for Shabbos use. Okay, what is the exception? Number one, disturbing the Shabbos. Dishes that give off the full odor, or that attracting roaches, flies, or other annoying insects, and are disturbing to the person's Shabbos, may be washed. This is permitted only if rinsing and storing the dishes in a cold oven or dishwasher will not alleviate the problem. Okay, so I think that's a good point. So we'll try to wash after the fish. So if you don't wash after the fish, it's going to start smelling, right? Not a good idea, especially in the summer. It's hot, right? So we try to put these fish bones in, like, if we have bones or whatever we have, like residue, into like separate bags, like wrap it, put it in the garbage so it would not smell. With bones, you have to be very careful when you eat fish with bones. That's a different story. And then we just rinse the place with the cold water so it would not smell. That's true. Or what some other people do, and I saw it, and it's absolutely allowed. There is no problem whatsoever. You buy yourself like this plastic dish pan, they call it. Like it's, I don't know how, it's very tall. I don't know, maybe 10 inch, 6 inches tall or something. So and you put water, even soapy water before showers, and then you can put all of your plates in that water. There is no problem. So they're soaked. After the Shabbos, you can take them out like clean very easily. Nothing is stick to it. So very nice. And of course, in the water they're not going to smell. So that's another solution. Okay, but why do we allow? Even though in this case we're not going to use it for the next day, because it would attract roaches and flies. Of course, it's very disturbing. So next one is silver utensils. Silver utensils, for example, goblets, sterling silver flatware, and similar utensil made of acid-sensitive materials may be soaked and washed, right? If needed, to prevent them from becoming permanently stained. That's the thing, right? Of course, there is like cleaners, special silver polishes, but of course, okay, they afraid that it's going to get ruined. Okay, no problem, you can wash it. Of course, with the cold water, as you said. Next one, rinsing dirty dishes or pots. Number one, dishes. One is permitted to rinse dirty dishes, which technically can be used on Shabbos, even though they will not be used on that Shabbos. For example, one may rinse off bowls or plates prior to the placing them in a dishwasher by letting water run over them. Though one may not use his hands to scrub off the food residue from the plate. However, if rinsing of them will entail big bother, okay, 1 second, big bother, they may not be rinsed. I'm not sure what big bother, but we're going to see. Likewise, one may scrape the garbage of the dishes before placing them in an oven or a sink, where they will be stained until after showers. I'm not sure why people keep the dirty dishes in the oven. I'm not sure, but I understand this dishwasher thing. So before putting the dishes, even if you stack them, right? Even if you put them on the counter, the dishes, there is no problem. So of course you're allowed to remove the garbage, right? To leftovers and throw them into the garbage, and you can put them in the dishwasher, but make sure there is no light in your dishwasher. When you open, there is no lights, there is no like numbers or some signs like that is going to go off, right? So make sure that it's completely off. So, and if you use the dishwasher as a storage, there is no problem whatsoever. Or as they say, oven. Okay. Or sink, whatever. But usually sink, I like practically, it's not a good place to store the dirty dishes. Why? Because usually people wash their hands, right, for bread over the sink, unless you have a different sink. So it's not proper. Okay, continue. Number 2, pots. So they were talking about plates, now pots. Pots which are used strictly for cooking or baking, not storing, are no longer considered usable on Shabbos once the food is removed from them. Therefore, one may not rinse them. Regarding the muktzah status, see chapter 28. Okay, we're going to get to it. However, if pot is a sort, if a pot has a soft grease or soft food particles, for example, churns residue that hasn't yet hardened, and one's sole intention is to prevent the residue from hardening and becoming more difficult to wash after Shabbos, one man rinse the pot. Okay, so let's try to understand. So first of all, pots which are not used for cooking only, not for storage, they are muktzah. Muktzah is something that we're not allowed to move. For example, like some bigger pots. Some smaller pots, when you sometimes you, for example, you cook the soup in that pot and you would put in refrigerator in that pot. So it's you can use it for cooking and storage. There is no problem. But something like you or like I don't know, frying pan. Can use frying pan of Shabbos. I think you can use frying pan to warm things up. There is no problem. Right? Okay. So they say technically they're not like, since like for example you had some food in that container and you in that pot you distribute all of the food, so it's empty. So there is no longer usage. So if you're afraid that this grease or whatever is going to set in, right? So you're allowed to rinse it, no problem. Okay, continue. Next one, E. Almost done. Soaking dirty dishes in pots. One is permitted to prepare a pan of hot, soapy water, as we said, before Shabbos, and place the dirty dishes or pots in that pan. I'm not sure about dirty dishes, how big should be pan, but at least, the pots, but dirty dishes for sure. I think I saw it, some people do it. I think it's a good idea. I actually told them, so saves a lot of time. Okay. Some dishes pots on Shabbos, even though they are not going to be washed or used until after Shabbos. So it's technically, as has been said, does not make any difference. I stack these dishes on my countertop or I put them in a dish pan. What is the difference? Okay, I just try to put them away. If one did not prepare the pan before Shabbos, he may put dirty dishes or pots in a sink and place topper in the sink and fill the sink with water by washing his hands for a specific purpose. For example, after using the bathroom. Okay, so it's very interesting idea. So we do it indirectly. Right, so you open the water for a permissible purpose. So now I went to the bathroom. I wanted to use. I want to wash my hands after the bathroom, and I put the stopper in the sink. So and I can just let the water run. I'm not obligated to close right after I wash my hands. And then when the sink filled, when all of this dish is covered under the water, okay, then I can stop. Okay, so summary, and we stop. Dishes that one needs for Shabbos may be washed, right? May be washed, as we said. Those no longer needed may not be washed. Okay, unless we said for some reason that it's not going to smell. If one has extra dishes, it is preferable to use those extra dishes rather than washing dirty dishes and reusing them. It is permissible to wash dishes to alleviate discomfort, right? So if you have extra dishes, as we said today, you go to Macy's, you go to Amazon, like they sell so cheap, especially the bigger set you buy, the cheaper is it per piece. I just bought to one of my students, and I think they calculate they have a HaShem big family. I think that one piece was like $2 or $3. Can't go wrong, right? It is permissible to wash dishes to alleviate discomfort. For example, for full order, right? As we saw roaches, right? It is also permissible to rinse or soak dishes or pots in certain instances. Okay. So we can stop here. Any questions on any topic? Go ahead. Okay. no questions. So until tomorrow, Beezrat HaShem. So tomorrow we're going to learn Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Thank you very much, and good night. Bye bye.